This is what we're left with after cutting out the design. I've already pulled some out. Ah! Looks like a white oak slab dropped off. We're going to be surfacing this on the CNC, as well as probably running it through the surface sander. We balance it, we're going to balance it right about there.
Right.
The,
Hey, do the best you can. Like,
sure, yeah.
You know, I know it's not going to be 100%. I know that. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
We got it under control. All right, we had to move some wood around. Right there. All right, we're gonna go film Slabber Day. I gotta go get a log. Telehandler for the win. Look at the size of this log.
How far you'll be able to get?
What's that?
Go down.
Nice view.
I don't know.
Checking the vacuum kiln, everything is good. It's actually just about to turn the heat on, because if we look here, see it says 56 degrees, so it's below that. It's about to turn on. There we go, now it's turned on. And this is what I'm talking about. This needle should be slightly ahead of that one, and actually it's not right now. So watch, I can go like this. Oh, I left it in manual, that's why. So let's force it to be off. Look, watch. Dun, dun, dun. So the needle on the left is going down. Watch, we flick it to automatic. And slowly the needle comes up. Yeah. There we go, that's about what we want it to look like. Somebody noticed this in my previous video. This is an ASIC miner, so this is a Bitcoin miner helping run the Bitcoin network, generating a little bit of money every day for me, as it is profitable right now. This is doing 50 terahashes, if you know anything about Bitcoin mining, at least around there somewhere. But in general, this little gray box here makes about $10 a day in profit in Bitcoin. But I'm keeping the Bitcoin, the magic internet money. So have I made anything yet? You tell me. We still have to film the results of our epoxy test. We got the Epoxy Flowcast, the Black Forest Deep, and this is the Chemtech Thick. We will be reporting shortly. We got to pop these out. The video is not going to be as good as I thought because I screwed up with all these cool sensors. I'm a dummy. Maybe next time sensors. But stay tuned. We'll have a little clarity, hardness, and I guess a UV test. We'll pop these out and leave them in the sun for a bit. Dun, 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 dun. gotta say though, all 3 epoxies are good. This was a previous chem thick test. As you can see, there is basically 0 micro bubbles. This was not degassed in a chamber. This was just mixed and then poured. And this was that whole form solid, almost 3 inches thick. All right, number 2 laser artwork is done. With this one here, I had to take away one of these lines and add one more triangle. That's done, and now I gotta make the double mountain, which is like this one, and then another mountain's gonna be over here. So I gotta go up to the computer, design that one, bring it down to the laser engraver, and start cutting with fire, or light. Maybe it's light that makes fire. Yeah, you guys got that. And the remnants after laser cutting. Done, done. Gotta do this one. This one's basically this times 2, but no lines here. Let's get her done. I'm using a program called Aspire. Let me see. There it is. To do the programming. All right, the last one is done. I gotta go get the memory stick. Getting a little 5/4 walnut down to our dealer in London, Ontario, Defined Lumber. This is their lumber chariot. We're actually in the minivan gang, so we're driven around in an interesting fashion. Hi Amy, how you doing?
Well, good.
All right, we're cutting C channel. See the 2 grooves that we cut? This is the C channel. Here's a little piece of it here. So this is bent flat plate, laser cut slots, 1.5 inches, and it's about, I think it's 3/16. It's just shy of 1/4 inch thick, very strong. We add it to practically every table that we build. We use a jig. Here's the jig. Oh, I moved it, Justin. Oh, he hasn't said it yet. This is what we do. Brass bushing, 1/4 inch spiral bit in that jig. Noise over here. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for you, bro.
All right, plywood's in and it's just framing the image, although I didn't download it in, so I'm doing this wrong. All right, we're back to the big sawmill. We're gonna cut this big log up. You can watch the full video on Saturdays. All right, we got some lumber on pallets. Means this stuff's going out to some of our dealers. We got walnut, and more walnut. A lot of 5/4 stuff here, as well as some 8/4. Hey, banana.
Oh, Justin already took it.
Oh. Thanks, hon. Oh, shaky. All right, here it is. Justin took it out of the laser engraver. We're gonna cut that part. Nice technique. Back up to the sawmill. Just had lunch. Sadly, the slabs are broken off there, but interestingly enough, it's right about 42 inches. Here's the log. Got a few pieces off of it now. Probably one more cut with this blade and then I'll change the blade. All right, I didn't make it too far with that blade. I thought I was gonna get one more cut. I did not. I think it's really dry because of these, see these cracks that are like in the slab? So I think it's actually dried out. The wood's way harder to cut. I have a dull blade on and the sawmill is just working way more. Uh-oh. Got it. So she's just backing out super slow. You always gotta be careful backing up a sawmill. The blade can get pinched, come off so easily, and then you're in a way worse pickle than you'd ever been. All right, so this right here is why a telehandler is amazing. I can boom over this pile of lumber, although this looks pretty sketchy, this piece. Can we call this lumber? Ooh. Reach right over, go on it, and then I drop this piece, so I gotta roll this onto here. Then I'm gonna come up, slide this slabs off, and then put them on back to the pile. Couldn't do that with a traditional forklift, that is for sure. And look at that. It's a beautiful day. Locked and loaded. These two cracks are gonna stop real soon, which is nice. So there'll be a few more single slabs intact. And the first 1, 2, 3, 4, even up to 5 slabs, oh, over here, are really nice and intact. Then it gets pretty sketchy, still pretty sketchy. Getting better. This one will be sketchy. Then the next one I think will be intact. All right, that's it for me today. Friday is over. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna go relax, have some cold beers. Who am I kidding? What am I talking about? I need to go watch this Slabber Day Saturday video now with Andy. He's editing it now, putting it together. Should almost be done. I gotta pull off 2 more slabs from the log. Beauties, by the way. This is 50 inches, 48, 50 inches solid. Then I got 2 more slabs under it. 14 slabs total, another big one here. And you can see how helpful the telehandler is because I basically was able to move everything around myself. Troy gave me a bit of a hand, but you can see we can actually place slabs fairly accurately like this. And then we'll work as a team to get this whole thing stickered over the next week. Hey everybody, it's Paul from Canadian Woodworks and Legacy Lumber coming at you with another iPhone vlog of basically what I do all day long. We're sawmilling, we're laser cutting, we're checking in on all the guys to see what they're doing. Hope you enjoy the video, hopefully you learned something, and as always, thank you so much for watching.